Hoda Kotb is the kind of person who makes people feel like everything is going to be okay. Every morning, millions of viewers watch her on the Today Show. She smiles, speaks gently, and tells simple stories that feel real. Her voice is calm, and her presence makes people feel safe. For many, she is not just a TV host. She is someone who brings hope into their day, even if it is only for a few minutes. But what people see on screen is only one part of her life. Behind that warm smile is a story filled with struggle, loss, and moments that were far from easy. Hoda did not become successful quickly. Her journey was slow and sometimes very uncertain. She worked in small cities, in newsrooms where almost no one knew her name. There was no big break waiting for her. No one suddenly discovered her and made her famous overnight. Instead, she kept going, step by step, job by job. Her progress was built on persistence. She stayed focused even when nothing seemed to be working. That long and difficult path shaped her into the person people see today. She was born on August 9, 1964, in Norman, Oklahoma, into an Egyptian Muslim family. Her childhood was not tied to one place. Her family moved often because of her father's work. They lived in West Virginia, Egypt, and even Nigeria. Every time they moved, Hoda had to start over. New school, new friends, new environment. For most kids, that would be very hard. But for her, it became normal. She learned how to adapt quickly and stay strong even when things kept changing. Her father worked in the energy industry, and her mother worked at the Library of Congress. Their home was structured and disciplined. Education was important, and time was taken seriously. Hoda grew up with her brother Adele and her sister Hala. Even though their surroundings kept changing, their family stayed close. There was always a sense of order at home, even when everything outside felt uncertain. In 1985, something happened that changed her life deeply. Her father passed away at the age of 53. It was a quiet but powerful moment. The person who had always been a strong foundation for the family was suddenly gone. There was no time to prepare for it. Life had to continue, but everything felt different. From that point on, Hoda had to make her own decisions without that steady support. Stability was no longer something she could depend on. Before that, her life had followed a clear path. She went to Fort Hunt High School in Virginia and graduated in 1982. She was active and well known in school. She was even elected homecoming queen and gave a speech at graduation. After that, she went to Virginia Tech and studied broadcast journalism, graduating in 1986. There, she learned how to report news, write scripts, film stories, and speak on camera. But after college, reality hit. There was no job waiting for her. No clear direction. She entered the job market like many others, sending out applications and waiting for responses that often never came. It was a slow and frustrating process. But she didn't give up. Eventually, she got a job at a small station in Greenville, Mississippi. It wasn't glamorous, but it was a start. At that station, she did everything. She reported stories, filmed footage, wrote scripts, edited videos, and went on air. The work was fast, stressful, and sometimes overwhelming. There was very little support and not enough resources. Mistakes happened, but they had to be fixed quickly. This experience made her stronger. She learned how to handle pressure and become more independent. Over the next few years, she moved to different stations, each one a little bigger than the last. In Illinois and later in Florida, her responsibilities grew. She became a weekend anchor while still reporting in the field. She had to stay calm in front of the camera while also handling unpredictable situations outside. These years helped her build confidence and sharpen her skills. In 1992, she moved to New Orleans to work at WWL-TV. This was an important step in her career. Her work became deeper and more detailed. Instead of quick reports, she followed stories over time. She returned to the same topics, added new information, and kept everything clear for viewers. Her storytelling improved, and her name slowly became more recognized. In 1998, she joined NBC as a correspondent. This was a big moment, but she was not the main star of the show. She focused on creating strong, meaningful stories. Some reports took weeks to complete. Every detail had to be accurate. Her interviews became more thoughtful, and her style became more natural and calm. Over time, her work earned respect and awards, showing her dedication and skill. In 2007, she joined the fourth hour of the Today Show. This was very different from her previous work. Instead of serious reporting, she now had to host live conversations. At first, she handled the show alone, adjusting everything in real time. Then in 2008, Kathy Lee Gifford joined her. Together, they created a relaxed and engaging atmosphere. Hoda's role was to keep the flow smooth and natural. Her presence was not loud or dominant. Instead, she controlled the rhythm of the show. She knew when to speak, when to listen, and how to guide the conversation. Viewers connected with this style because it felt real. It wasn't forced or scripted. It was simply human. Her career continued to grow. In 2017, a sudden change happened on the Today Show, and Hoda stepped into a bigger role. There was no time to prepare. She had to handle everything live, under pressure. But she stayed calm and steady. In 2018, she officially became co-anchor alongside Savannah Guthrie, making history as part of the first all-female anchor team. While her career was rising, her personal life also brought challenges. In 2007, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She went through surgery and treatment, facing pain and uncertainty. Parts of her journey were even shared on television. It was not easy, but she kept moving forward. Her marriage, which began in 2005, ended in 2008. It was another difficult chapter. But life kept changing. In 2013, she found love again. Later, she became a mother through adoption, welcoming her daughters Haley Joy and Hope Catherine. These moments brought new meaning to her life. In recent years, her priorities shifted again. Her younger daughter faced a serious health condition that required constant care. This changed everything. Work schedules, daily routines, and future plans all had to adjust. Family became the center of her life. In 2025, Hoda decided to step away from the Today Show. It was not a sudden decision. It came after years of change and reflection. She chose to focus more on her family while still staying connected to her work in new ways. Today, her life is different. It is quieter but still meaningful. She continues to work on projects, connect with people, and share her story. But now, her time is shaped more by her family than by a television schedule. Hoda Kotb's journey is not just about success. It is about patience, strength, and the ability to keep going, even when life becomes difficult. And maybe that is why her smile feels so real. Because it was not given to her easily. She built it, step by step, through everything she has lived.